Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our September CPC, Clean Pittsburgh Commission meeting. Thank you for joining us. Welcome back. We were off for 2 months, but this meeting, of course, is recorded so that it can be found on the YouTube channel. If you're watching live, thank you for joining us. We'll go ahead and start with introductions. My name is Amaya Aquili. I'm representing District 9, and I live in East Liberty. I'm also the Sustainable Procurement for the City of Pittsburgh. I will popcorn over to Lissa.
Good morning. I'm Lissa Eberhardt. I am the co-chair for the commission. I am also the program director for Allegheny Cleanways, and I live in Perry Hilltop. I will popcorn over to Kelsey.
Morning, everyone. I'm Kelsey Ripper. I'm the Executive Director of Friends of the Riverfront, and I live in Lower Lawrenceville. And I will popcorn to Anna.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Anna Bagwell. I'm the Environmental Enforcement Coordinator for City of Pittsburgh Environmental Services, and I'm in Upper Lawrenceville, and I will popcorn over to Deborah.
Hello, I am Debbie Steinberg. I am Sustainability Manager at Carnegie Mellon University, and I live in Squirrel Hill. And I will popcorn to Emily.
Hello, everyone. I'm Emily Embry with the Department of Public Safety. I am the Safer Together Coordinator for Police Zone 5, and I live in Garfield. And I will popcorn to Sanjeet.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sanjeev Manandar. I am Environmental Sustainability Manager with Pittsburgh Public Schools. I live in Mount Washington. I will popcorn over to Crystal.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Crystal Witt, she, her pronouns, and I am the Community Engagement Coordinator with River Life. I'm stepping in for Pat Kelly today, who could not make it. I live on the west side in Sheridan, and I'm very happy to represent both my organization and my neighborhood. So I will popcorn over to Helena.
Hi, everybody. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm not sure. Okay. Because I had a retrofit one of my coworkers' office spaces here. I'm with the city of Pittsburgh, and I'm the environmental enforcement specialist, basically the outreach person for recycling endeavors for the city of Pittsburgh. And I live in Brookline, and that's about it for now. And also the outreach coordinator for the CPC currently. And let's see, Afton, are you? I think I'll popcorn over to her.
Hi, my name is Afton Giles. I live in Homewood. I am the treasurer for the CPC. And I think that's it. Is there anybody that hasn't gone yet?
I think that's it. Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I will go ahead and I know Paul Scott will be joining us shortly, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next item, and that is agenda review and also the approval of the minutes. So I'll go ahead and pull up the minutes here. My computer's a little slow today, so I think I don't want to blame Windows 11 for anything, but all right, so. Okay, so we have the minutes from June. Let's see. Share. I did send these over to via email. So if you have that handy, you can scroll through that as well. But I'll just do a little scroll here. Oop. If you see anything, please call it out, and we will make edits as needed. Hopefully I'm moving slow enough for everyone. Okay, so that is it. Uh, I would like to call for a motion to approve. Or is there any changes that anyone recognized that need to be made? I'm going to guess no, and I would like to call for a motion to approve June's minutes.
I'll motion to approve.
Okay,
I'll second.
Emily, and who was the second?
Lissa.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much. All right, and I'm going to move on over to our agenda. It's kind of short today, but I'm sure we'll have lots to talk about. We've been gone for 2 months. And,
Wait,
go ahead.
oh no, we gotta all approve.
Oh, shoot. You are right. You are right. Thank you so much. My mistake. Yeah, I'll approve of the minutes from June. Say aye.
Aye.
Okay, cool.
I
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. All right. We are good there. And
Wait, hold
then,
on, hold on.
uh,
We still have to abstain and oppose.
sorry. Okay. Any abstentions? Any opposals? Anyone oppose to approving the minutes? All right, cool. All right. So thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. And all right, so we're moving on to the agenda for today. Um, Here it is. Nice and short and sweet. I will call for to approve these minutes today. I mean these the agenda for today. Anyone?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'll second the motion.
All right. Any abstentions or
Sorry, I missed the second. Who was the second?
who's
Who was that?
That was me, Helena.
okay?
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay.
It didn't light up.
Awesome. All right. Are there any abstentions or objection? Oh my gosh, excuse me. I don't see any, but we'll call for to approve the minutes. We all say aye. I'm still trying to get Paul into the call, so that's why I'm a little finicky over here, and also sharing kind of changes your screen. So I'm gonna stop sharing, so I can get back to the regular view. And then we're going to move on to our first item on the agenda. A little slow here. It's Finance Committee with Afton. Are you able to?
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll set one. She wants to set one. Yeah, I'll put it down, but because my car. Yeah, I think I'll. I'll bring it back, but I'll.
Okay, so we're moving right along with our budget, which is wonderful. There was a couple of things that we paid for last month. So let's see, paid for the outstanding invoice. We received the request from Anna for cameras, so we paid for the cameras. We paid for the buttons for wizard pins, and those are for the Garbage Olympics. We also paid for the art supplies and the assistance from Maria's Ideas. So far, also counting the $5,000 that we have paid for from last year, we've spent $8,937.63. Still have a few things that we need to go through, and I think we need to decide if what we want to do with. So we still sort of have on hold the yard sign litter dumping awareness for Greenfield schools. That's still on hold. We haven't moved on that. Let's see, we still have an outstanding balance from Parks Conservancy for the litter cleanup. We still have an outstanding balance for Allegheny Cleanways, dump site cleanup. So these things we've approved, but we haven't spent any money towards them yet. Supplies for litter library and for the community groups, we have $5,000 allocated for that. Again, that's been approved, but we haven't, I haven't seen any invoices or anything towards that yet. And of course, we do talk about those too because they were already expensed. We do have the money for Garbage Olympics, and then we also have the graffiti slam and cans. That's still something that for color parks, we haven't moved on that. I think that we need to decide what we want to do. So it is September. We want to try to make sure that we're spending down this money through October and absolutely by November because December books close. So let's see. I think that was pretty much everything. Are there any questions?
Can you scroll back over to? Thank you. But someone else is speaking. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, Afton, do you want me to do a little explanation of the color park request?
Go ahead.
Me? Should I go ahead?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was having trouble hearing. So Friends of the Riverfront put in another request this year for the CPC to support the Color Park event. So this is the second year that we've done it in this format as a graffiti jam. This is in the Color Park on the south side at South 4th Street along the trail. It was really successful last year. We invited 10 artists to come in or to do that same thing this year. They get stipends and we pay for the paint. And so we have artists out, we have the public. Shiftworks is working with us this year as well and offering a public paint activity on boards that will be displayed on the south side in vacant buildings. That's in collaboration also with Brewhouse Arts. And so this is again a free graffiti zone, a free graffiti park in the same vein as many that are around the country and the world as a way to provide a safe and welcoming space to artists to express their creativity in a legal way in hopes of keeping it contained within a designated area so that people can express themselves there rather than in other places. And so we have already we've identified $2,000, which would just go towards painting supplies. We were able to get some good deals on spray paint. So it's about $1,000 for spray paint for the artists, and then the stipend artists, and then $1,000 for the public paint spray and latex. And the event this year is on September 20th, which is next Sunday. So it's a little bit short notice, but we haven't had meetings. But I think I have mentioned it in prior CPC commission meetings. And we can add, if the CPC comes in on sponsorship, I can add the CPC logo to the website, to signage, to the press release, which is hopefully going out this afternoon. So if the CPC decides to fund it, I can still make that happen. But happy to answer any questions about that request.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kelsey, for giving us a little bit more background on that. I think,
I do have one quick question. Kelsey,
go ahead,
is
Crystal.
that Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
I'll be there.
Cool.
Great.
Yeah, I think this is great. I really love Color Park, and I've done a little graffiti there myself. I haven't done graffiti forever, so it was a nice chance to to express my creativity, like you said, Kelsey. But I think we definitely have space to accommodate your program in our budget. And we do appreciate the ability to, curtail some of the creativity that people love to spray paint into a specific area. Give everyone a place to do it. And I mean, if everyone feels comfortable, I would like to hold a vote on funding for this opportunity. And yeah, so if you are able, if you can, please call for a vote. Let me see. Sorry about that. Um, Okay, so a motion to approve to paying for this endeavor. Um, I will go ahead and put my hand up to as the first. Can I get a second? Okay, is that Anna? Okay,
Yeah,
Anna
I'll
raised her
second.
hand.
Sorry.
Okay, it's all good. I saw the little notification. And all in favor, raise your hands, unmute, say yes.
Aye.
All right, cool.
Aye.
Thank you. And are any abstentions?
Oh, me, I'll abstain.
Yeah, thank you, Kelsey. And any opposed? Okay. Yay. All right. So
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate that.
you can go ahead and so yeah, whenever you're able to, please submit an invoice so we can make sure get it paid. And let's see, we do have going back to the this spreadsheet we have here. The Garbage Olympics, we will be invoicing post the event. So I'll speak more about that, but the event is this Saturday. So as soon as we're able to, we will be sending an invoice for that. And cool.
Is the Garbage Olympics a approved funding request, or is it purple just because it's a quote?
Afton?
It's purple because I wasn't sure how to color code it. So we approved the Garbage Olympics expenses, but it's the things that are underneath it that are going towards taking away from that $5,000 that we approved. And I just wasn't sure how to
Okay, I just wasn't sure if we needed to vote on it. Yeah.
No, we had already approved it. So actually I need to actually subtract from this number because it started off as 5,000. And we, subtract, the P card, and I didn't subtract the art projects from this actual number here. So I need to actually adjust that, and I apologize. So this would actually be 3,000. Let's see, 300. So that's what's remaining from that 5,000 that we originally started with, and I apologize for that.
Okay. Cool. No, thank you.
Maybe I'll find another color for it. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Any additional questions? Go ahead.
The yard sign is an approved expenditure.
No, it's not. So this one is still something that's outstanding. It's something that was brought up, and it's sort of on hold right now until we decide what to do with it.
Okay.
Councilwoman Warwick had requested it when she talked to us back in April, I think it was. And we just haven't gotten an exact number from her. So we're still working to get that.
So do we need to vote on that or wait until we have a finalized number?
I think wait until we have the finalized number.
Okay. And just to confirm, Afton, do we need to have all invoices in by the end of October?
I prefer them in by the end of October, just because when we get into November, we only have that one meeting, and if there's anything that needs to be adjusted or fixed, that's like that month is our last opportunity to really spend down this money, November. So it'd be really good to have as much in by October as possible so that we can see at the November meeting, like what's remaining and what, what needs to still be done so that we still have November to make sure everything's in, because when December comes, it's just such a kibosh and then books are closing and gets really difficult. We don't want anything to get kind of stuck in the muck.
Back
Okay,
to that
great. So
yard sign, I got a question on it. Are these signs going outside of the school grounds? Do we know?
So they happened already. I believe the students took them home. This was a project
Oh,
that they
okay.
did.
I see, I see.
Yeah. Councilwoman Warwick was working with the Greenfield School, and they did and Allegheny Cleanways, and they did some environmental lessons, a litter cleanup, and then one of their projects was repurposing used like political yard signs to decorate as litter awareness, and then the kids brought them home.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think there was a little bit of a trial there, and this is, I think, money to do even more. So yeah, we would need to double check with her to see if, if she still wants to try to go forward on securing this money. I've seen a couple of the signs, and also I've seen some signs in Troy Hill, like on the Rialto, and it's just a reminder, because I feel like yeah, a lot of people it's mindless. And the signs definitely help, remind people that our environment is not a dumping ground. And so we
I
will
agree.
check in with her.
I'll
Yeah,
shoot her
yeah.
an email.
Okay.
I also sent Erin an email. She wasn't able to make it today, but I sent her an email to remind her about her $1,000 for the litter cleanups in
Okay.
neighborhoods. And Afton, I still owe you. I will work on getting that. We just changed our booking system, and I've been afraid to mess with it too much. So I'm gonna mess around with it, and I will get you an invoice for Cleanways. We will be starting our cleanups in November. We'll have a Pittsburgh throughout the winter. Our water team is going to turn into our Pittsburgh team. So they're going to be out from November to March, about 2 to 3 days a week in Pittsburgh. And at least one of those days every week is going to be dedicated to the neighborhoods of focus. So at minimum, we'll get 5 cleanups per neighborhood, and it will likely end up being more than that, but we will do at least 5 per neighborhood, which is what would be covered with that 5,000.
Awesome. Okay. Are there any other questions that people may have related to the finance committee, or just finances in general? All right, well, I will take that as we are moving forward. Our next item of discussion is Neighborhood of Focus, and I will go ahead and pass it along to Lissa.
Okay, so we had our latest meeting last Thursday, I believe it was, to update after having we took the month of August off, pretty much. And then we met yesterday, updated on some things. So just to cover some of the general updates, I will be at the Sheridan Community Picnic, Crystal, your neighborhood picnic that seems to happen every year. I will be there from 1 to 2 before running back over to meet Garbage Olympics at the end and see how everyone has done. I'm gonna share some handouts. I have Cleanways handouts. I have PRC handouts. Neither one of them, I think, were able to make it today as well. So PRC is going to have their collection event in October. I believe it's the 11th. And they will be doing using their waivers that they do every year with CPC funding, where residents of the neighborhoods of focus will be able to get waivers to either eliminate or reduce the cost of the stuff that they bring to the collection event. So I'll have flyers for that. We have the municipal code reminder flyers for curbside pickup. That is one of the requests that we actually got specifically from the Sheridan group, where it was just having an easy handout, and education material for folks to understand how curbside pickup, what the rules are for that, to hopefully help in addressing litter caused by curbside. I mean, we all know there's so much litter after garbage day. So this is supposed, hopefully will help educating residents so they know how to put their trash out, so it's less likely to turn into litter the next day. So we'll have some of those. I'll have some Cleanway flyers. If anyone else has, oh, and Anna has some extra calendars, city calendars for pickup and recycling. So I'm going to swing by there tomorrow and grab some of those extra ones. Thank you very much, Anna. If anyone else has flyers, papers, or anything that you would like me to bring, I don't have a booth there because I'm only going to be there for about an hour, but they have their check-in table where I was told I could leave some material and I can leave some stuff there with them on that day, and then I'm sure they get together pretty regularly. So having extra for them to pass out to their neighbors, because I won't be able to talk to everyone while I'm there, I'll just leave a stack of stuff with them. So let me know if you have stuff, and I have time tomorrow in my schedule. I can coordinate picking up things, drop off stuff with you. So those are the big things. I did also I'm working with Erin to coordinate with the Marshall Shadeland neighborhood group. I mistakenly confused the Marshall Shadeland group for the urban trails, which are two separate things. So I am working with Erin to coordinate Marshall Shadeland community group chat. And a reminder that's where we're just same thing I'm doing with Sheraton this weekend, which is just going in maybe to one of their community meetings and talking a little bit about all this stuff, bringing all this same kind of flyers to leave with them, helping answer any questions that they have around CPC and maybe some city stuff, or at the very least directing them to who they can talk to if they have additional questions that we are not able to answer. So with that, I might shoot out an email to folks to see who is available. I believe their meetings are on Tuesdays. Unfortunately, I have classes on Tuesdays, so I would be unable to do it. So I might put out an email request for some help with that. I just mentioned the what I know is coming up in October. Like I said, PRC will be hosting their event. Cleanways will be starting our cleanup starting in November once a week. And then we're also hosting a CPC member litter walk in Sheridan. Erin is going to put that together. That's going to be part of this $1,000 that the Parks Conservancy is requesting because they don't have funds for the West End. So she will be hosting litter walks. This one specifically, we are hoping to get a bunch of CPC members to come out. It is to show we are all also working in community. We're not just here in our meetings. People can join us. It'll be open to volunteers. They can come chat, ask questions. And again, because we have such diverse work experience in here, it'll be great for some residents who may be unfamiliar in how to navigate some city and nonprofit local resources. They can chat with us directly and we can do a little bit more direct referring them to who they need to talk to. So with that, we're trying to pick a day. Erin will follow up with her availability with a doodle poll, but I did want to get a read for people's like weekday evenings is what we're landing on. We're trying not to pull too much into people's weekends. And obviously during the work days, it'll be less likely. One, you're already busy during the work days, but then trying to get some volunteers out. So we're hoping maybe a weekday evening. Do we have like first announcement of that and like letting you guys know, is there any immediate feedback on what you think about weekday evenings, what weekday evenings you're leaning towards, anything like that to help Erin kind of guide her doodle poll that she's going to send out when she's able?
I feel like a Monday or a Thursday would be best for me. I mean, or Tuesday, but it's yeah. So
Cool.
most days of the week, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was leaning more towards Thursday. That is my personal preference, so it's a little selfish of
Yeah, I
me.
would agree Thursday too.
Cool. Because I also was thinking most neighborhood meetings and stuff seem to happen on like Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I was hoping maybe Thursdays there's less community stuff happening. So if folks want to join us, they can come out. But if no one else has any things you'd like to toss in there, I'll let Erin know and she will follow up in the next week or so. We're thinking she's already reached out to Councilwoman Kale Smith, and I believe I owe her a response. And she's going to work with us. I want to say it's going to happen in November, most likely. because the neighborhood does something. Crystal, you might know this more off the top of your head. The neighborhood does something in October, a litter walk or something like that. So we didn't want to overlap.
I'm not sure. We do a lot of cleanups over here. In October, there's usually a Halloween activity for like the
Okay,
kids
maybe that
things,
was
and
it.
then in November we do like a light up.
Okay, okay. Sounds good. Okay, so we'll likely be doing it in November. It should still be early enough with the winters here lately. It usually doesn't become winter until January. I say that now, knowing that I'm probably cursing us to an early cold winter. So hopefully in November we can put something together and we'll follow back up with you on that. That is all I had for the neighborhood stuff. If you have any questions regarding neighborhoods of focus, please definitely reach out. I will also send out a doodle poll. I'm not going to promise any date because I always say I will do it by the end of the week, and then about a week or two later is when I actually send it out. So I will. I'm not sure when, but I will for our next neighborhood of focus meeting.
And when did you say, oh, sorry, where did you say that we're having a table for flyers and whatnot for the for the communities?
I will be in Sheridan on Saturday. I will not have a table there because I will be there from 1 to 2. And then I got to race over to meet the Garbage Olympics crew. I have some clean waste staff that are going to be there. And then we're going to talk about a few things when we do all of the ending announcements. So I will only be there from about 1 to 2. And so I will be putting papers at their check-in. The board that runs the picnic will be having a table there to check folks in, and they said I could leave some flyers there. I don't know how much space there will be, but even if it can't be left there that day, I would like to leave a stack of resources for them, and they can distribute it in whatever way that makes sense for them. So Saturday. So if you have stuff you'd like me to bring there, let me know, Helena. I'll be running over to Anna to grab some of those calendars so I can swing by you two. I assume you're also in the same building?
Yes, we are in the same building, and yeah, I can make sure we have some extra recycling calendars and general recycling guidelines and what to do with sharps and all of our standard flyers that we have at community events. We can have some over there for you.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That does actually remind me. I don't know if we want to talk about this later, but the magnets. Maybe that is a more of a offline conversation, but just working out the details of how those magnets are going to go. I know they won't be ready by Saturday, but are we going to continue to move forward with that and get those
Yeah,
sorted?
yeah. We're working on that. Yeah.
Cool.
Just it's on my action items to do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No, honestly, I don't think it's a big rush, but if you wanted to get it in, just thinking about getting it in, so because that would fall into that $5,000 that we put in Afton's budget for communities of focus. And so if you want to get those covered in this batch of funding, which I think you should, I just want to make sure you know, we should probably
Yeah, yeah,
get
yeah.
that over there.
It shouldn't be too difficult to create a design everyone likes and and then submitting that over to you guys on if you like it or not. Should
Awesome.
be a pretty simple, should be a pretty efficient process. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Cool. Afton, I see your hand up.
Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that we also still have some bags left, some of the Bagoo bags that we purchased. There's not a ton of them, but I'm not sure what we want to do with those. So if we do need some additional swag for maybe Garbage Olympics or the neighborhood of focus, we should be trying to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Not get
Almo,
rid
if you
of them,
wanted to
but
bring it to
distribute them.
Garbage Olympics, you
Hmm.
feel free. Otherwise, I'd be happy to bring it to Sheridan.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be downtown at the CCB on Friday or tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'll be, if I can go down to your office, Afton, or you can bring them up to CCB. Either way, I can grab them from you.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. That's
Um,
the end of my section.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lissa, for that thorough recap of Neighborhood of Focus. Really appreciate it. With that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Garbage Olympics. So, everyone, the Garbage Olympics is happening this Saturday, the 13th. We have, people are still registering, even though we closed it last week. But we have around, drum roll please, 49, maybe 50 neighborhoods are participating this year. I don't that might be our highest amount this year, so we're really excited. We did a we gave away supplies last weekend. People seem really excited. And yeah, we're also going to be hosting our closing ceremony at Bellum this year as well. Yeah, we're very excited about that. Very excited about the Garbage Olympics. It's been a big build up, so very excited to finally have it come our way. I did send an email out. Maybe last week, asking for some assistance from CPC. We always try to ask for some volunteers, and this year's ask is a little bit different, a little specific. We're looking for some spot checkers on the north side, just to visit a couple of locations, just to make sure things are, they submit their results, and if they need any help, we can take a picture on their behalf to figure out, how we can get those results down to Bellum. We do give everyone directions to submit a specific way. We give them an email. They put all their email. We give them a link where they go and they submit their results. But just to make sure that the things are where they said they're going to be, and communicate with DPW. Sometimes some of the captains need a little assistance, or things may happen and are not able to report on the results. We do have Helena. Thank you so much for volunteering to do some assistance on that front on the hilltop. But if anyone's able to, it's 3 locations at max, where we would just do a little bit of spot checking just to make sure things are submitted. And if people need any help, there's someone there. I'll make sure you have everything you need. It's going to be very simple. And if anyone is able to do something like that, please send me an email, or just respond to the email that I sent out earlier this week. We will have a bunch of prizes. We will have, a lot of food. We'll have some art. We're also doing an art competition, something I've been like trying to get going for the last couple of years. We have, I think we have like 13 submissions. So we'll have a little small art gallery of people depicting, what they envision a clean Pittsburgh to look like. And so there'll be prizes for that as well. So anything, please come and enjoy some of the art that people had put together, and also just kind of enjoy some libations as well at Bellum. We will have a state rep there. I think a mayor's coming, so we'll have a good crowd of people there to help us celebrate our efforts at the Garbage Olympics, and it's our 9th year, so very exciting. Are there any questions that people may have related to the Garbage Olympics or anything? Any questions? We do.
I know I volunteered to help out to make sure that the hilltop groups are going well. Is there anything particular I need to tell them or direct them to just make sure that they have their photos of their litter and what to do for the next steps? I mean, I just want to make sure.
I'll send you the captain's packet so you have an idea. That's part of the things I'll be sending to you, so when you arrive on site, what they're supposed to do. If there's any way you can help, you have the tools to help. So I'll make sure you have that as well. And it's pretty simple, but sometimes things happen and things don't get submitted. So I'll send that over to you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Okay. That is pretty much it for the Garbage Olympics. Very excited to finally have this event show up in September. Oh my goodness, it's been a long lead up to it. And we're also continuing the work with Allegheny Cleanways. There was the Immaculate Collection kickoff yesterday, and that was very exciting. So in any ways that we can help get the city beautified, and for not only for the visitors, for ourselves as well, we are all for it, and we are ready. We're happy to support. That is it for the Garbage Olympics. I will go ahead and popcorn over to Helena for the outreach committee.
Trying to make sure that it's like the new setup. I'm like, so not much for the outreach committee, but I'm sure you guys all have noticed that I've gotten a lot more comfortable with posting on with our Facebook. So please let me know if you guys have any events you guys want to shout out to using the CPC Facebook, and we'll just as another way to get city residents aware of everything that you're doing, because that's a pretty much seamless process to just plop it on there. And I'm gonna continue. These past 2 months have been a little crazy for my office, but I'm gonna keep on rolling with my game plan of updating the website bit by bit. And so those are kind of like the main highlights we have for the outreach. And of course, working on Lissa mentioned, I'm working on the magnets for the neighborhoods of focus stuff, and try to as like another swag item for the CPC. So yeah, so that's about it. Very short and sweet.
Awesome. Thank you, Elena. Before we get to membership organization updates, we we were reached out to by Councilperson Barb Warwick, and that there's going to be a post, I think it's a post agenda at some point in late October, to talk about litter and discuss how we as a city can do a better job of addressing strategically some of the issues that we have. And that will be a conversation that includes the director of DPW, Chris Hornstein, and there's a couple of others, but we were hoping to get some people involved in the subcommittee, just to specifically prepare for that post agenda, and to identify, who from the CPC will be at the table at that post agenda. So, it will be, another subcommittee, but it will be a place where we can try to identify and be more strategic about our approach and how we can suggest things for DPW and work more collaboratively with them in, the pursuit of a cleaner Pittsburgh. I do think that, there are definitely some skill sets that DPW has, as a city entity, and like just how we can better, divide and conquer, not to, but like how we can best use our skills in the pursuit of a cleaner Pittsburgh. So we will be doing a subcommittee. I'll be sending out an email to solicit interest, and then, select, do a doodle poll to select a date and time to have that conversation. I'm hoping to have it before the end of September, at least get our first meeting under our belt so that we can have an idea of how we're going to approach this. I also will be, I did speak with the director of DPW yesterday, and he will be hopefully soon sending us an email, and, just kind of looping in some of the city, internal city partners, getting them looped in, and then we will also have our separate conversation going, but collaborating, how, the eventually collaborating on with the DPW director and his team on how we best move forth from here, as a commission, but also as a city, in our strategic, addressing of litter. I think is there any, did I miss anything, Alyssa? Do you, or Kelsey, is there anything else?
I think those are the big things.
Okay.
We don't have a limit, I think, on who can be a part of the conversation in the subcommittee. So whoever's interested.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So yeah, just look for that email to, try to solicit interest from the commission itself and, get that conversation going. But yeah, that is the additional line item that was added to our agenda, just as a reminder. I kind of forgot that one, but ending with that, moving on to member organization updates. Are there anything specific that anyone would like to share out?
I can start. Cleanways will be having our big 25th anniversary week coming up next week. So we have a fundraiser dinner that if anyone is interested in buying tickets, please do and come out to our dinner on Thursday. It'll be hosted at Commonplace Coffee. And then on Saturday, we're doing a big tire pull on it is the border of, I believe, East Hills and Penn Hills, but I think technically it falls within the Pittsburgh limits at Standard Ave. We have been working on this site for years, and we think there's still about 500 tires in this lot. So we will be digging them out and staging them for tire recycling pickup by Penn Turf. So that'll also be happening next Saturday. So please definitely come out and join us. We'll need the hands.
All right. Any other member organizations would like to share out? Crystal.
Speaking of cleanways, I just want to say congrats to Alyssa. The event yesterday for the Immaculate Collection was really, really great. And I think Cleanways deserves a little shout out for that.
Yes. Congrats to Cleanways. Congrats to Kaylee. Congrats to Alyssa. Very excited to see how the Immaculate Collection goes for in the lead up to the draft. Anyone else? All right, I will take the silence as a cue that we are pretty much done with today's meeting. We would like to adjourn the meeting, but we will vote on that. So, do we have a first on adjournment?
I'll motion to adjourn.
Okay, you get a second?
I'll second.
Elena, thank you so much. All in favor? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today in September's meeting. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later.